All right. Go ahead and record. So thank you so much for joining me. And today we're going to be talking about igniting and inspiring with our feminine magnetism. So this webinar was created for the woman who desires to do just that, to inspire and impact the world through her feminine magnetism. And on this call, my what I'm going to teach you will be 3 feminine activation points, and then I'll be guiding you through simple practices to activate them inside your body that you can do today. These practices you can take with you and do wherever you want. They're very simple practices, but ones that we're not taught, and we're not used to using our body in this way. And we live in a fast-paced world. I'm sure many of us do. That's kind of the society we've been raised in, and that world focuses on the masculine energy of doing, of making things happen, of having goals and pursuing those goals, going after them. And we have busy lives. And is there like who on here, on top of all of your own goals and your busy agendas to make your own dreams come true, are also givers and possibly self-sacrificers? So I know that a lot of my clients are. And if so, how does that leave you feeling after some time of living within that space of consistently giving, of consistently overdoing yourself, of going, and having no space left over for yourself, draining your own cup, not being filled up by your own pleasures? So if this maybe is the case, and maybe it's like both, but I also have people that come to me who've experienced trauma. And through trauma, we disconnect from our heart, from our soul. We shut down our bodies. And as women, we walk around there's a lot of us that walk around with some serious trauma. And I happen to be one of them. I went through a lot of trauma throughout my life. And you mix that trauma with me being adopted and having abandonment issues, dealing with unworthiness because of that. And I had an amazing family, don't get me wrong, but I dealt with eating disorders because of all of that at a very young in my young teen years. And I went through toxic relationships. I went through a divorce. And little by little, I continued to shut myself down until eventually what I ended up experiencing was a very abusive relationship. And that relationship itself, after everything else, left me shattered and left me putting back together the pieces of myself. So the way that I was able to do this, the way that I was able to like come back and be who I am today and do this work that I'm doing, is because I did this work. I did the work that I teach, and I actually had to embody it. And that, thankfully, I had those tools. So these are tools that I've learned over the years, and I've been doing healing work and body work since 1999. And now what that's transitioned into since 2016 has been focusing on women, women's empowerment, feminine embodiment, the sensuality, really being inside of our bodies, because that is what we need. We really need to be embodied as women. The world needs us to be embodied as women. And these tools are what helped me. So that is why it's so important for me to share this and teach this, because I do find a lot of the women that come into my life, as usual, have had similar experiences to what I've gone through. So today, like through this healing, what I've been able to experience is to being totally in love with myself and with being a woman, to being in a woman's body, to having a very healthy romantic relationship, and not only with my partner, but with friends and my family and with myself. And what we have to do is build, like, not only just take care of ourselves and really practice that self-care, but when we learn to heal ourselves, we learn to, like, that is kind of the goal. When we learn to heal ourselves, we learn to really take care of ourselves. We don't need someone else to do it. We can want someone else to be there to share our life with, to share that joy and pleasure with, but we don't need someone else. And we're fulfilled within our own self and our own life. And that in itself gives us that magnetism, that empowerment to stand strong and be who we are in the world and attract those healthy partnerships, relationships, jobs, passions, purpose. So regardless of where you are today, if it's one of these reasons, or even if it's something else, you must have felt a call, a deep desire for whatever reason to connect with your feminine essence, your feminine energy. And by being embodied as a woman, cultivating our feminine magnetism and fire, what we're able to experience is deeper love, passion, joy, fulfillment in life. And this magnetism is really what inspires and impacts the world around us. So, and now, like I said, more than ever, this is really what is needed, not only for ourselves, but as, like, for the world as a whole. The difference that we have between the masculine energy and the feminine energy is the masculine energy is the doing. The feminine energy is the being. It's the masculine energy that gives, that pursues. It's the feminine energy that softens and receives and opens and is just being in the world. And it's this being that makes us magnetic. And the presence that we have as a feminine being is a big key to really cultivate that true presence. Is so important for men and women, but for women, like, that feminine presence that we have is magic. So for anyone that's on the other side of who we give that presence to. So being present with yourself first is one of the most important parts, but as we become more present with ourselves, we extend that out to the person that's in front of us, to the person that we share our energy with. And that is what to me makes relationships so beautiful. When you can be in front of someone who's fully present, and a woman who's fully present in her feminine energy and is fully present with the person in front of her, it's like the rest of the world disappears. So as we go through into the practices today and really diving deep into some of the practices, it could seem really surface level, these activations, but it's not. The more that you become present with your body, the deeper you're able to go. And so although it seems simple, which is the feminine way, because we're so used to the masculine, although it seems simple, it's actually quite deep and profound. So whatever comes up for you, like during practices, if you're not feeling enough, you don't feel like you're feeling enough, you don't feel like you're able to connect, do not judge yourself. Like, be fully present with wherever you are today. Don't compare yourself to someone else. Don't compare yourself to where you used to be. Don't compare yourself to me. You are where you are. And the more that you practice, the more that you focus your attention inward, the easier it's going to become. And you're going to be able to soften and drop down like that at some point. And if you sit with that feeling long enough and allow yourself that space just to go deeper, if those things come up for you, just be gentle with yourself, because this is the feminine way. And little by little, it gets easier. And then one day you're fully tuned in and turned on, and you're filled with passion and purpose and radiance. And that is what it takes to create this impact through our feminine magnetism. Then after the practices, what I want to share with you is a little bit more about the Amara method, which will be starting October 3rd. I'll share with you a little bit. I'm not going to go like overboard and sharing a lot with you, but for now, I'll take any questions that you might have from what I just shared, and then we'll get to the fun part. So does anyone have any questions? And if not, we'll just go right into the practices. But if you do, please raise your hand and unmute yourself. I'll give it a couple minutes. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do, I want to make sure you can see me, is I'm going to have you stand up if you're able to. If you can, please stand up, because this is going to be the practice. If you can't, sit in your chair and kind of feel the movements within the chair. Just want to make sure you can see me. All right. So go ahead and stand up with your feet firmly planted in the ground. Yeah. Just take a deep breath into your body. I'm going to inhale through your nose and allow that breath to travel all the way down your spine, into your pelvis, into your womb, this space right here. Bring it all the way down. Closing your eyes, really feeling and being very present with your breath as it travels down. See how low you can go with the awareness of your breath. And as you exhale, bring that breath all the way back up your body and exhale, releasing through your mouth. And dropping again into your body, and just notice how your body feels right now. Let's just do a body scan. We're going to start from the top of our head and just work our way all the way down our jaws, our neck and shoulders, our arms, our wrists, and our hands. And as we breathe, just bringing that awareness and continuing that body scan down your chest, your stomach, and your upper and lower back. How does it feel? Being very present with how you feel. Notice if there's any tightness, any tension going on in any parts of your body. Your low back, your hips, all the way down your legs, down into your feet. And as you stand up, breathe deep. Try to bring your full presence to your breath. With your hand over your heart and the other one over your womb. Take some deep body breaths here. Exhale into your mouth, just releasing anything that's tight, any tension that needs to just be let go of. Release that with your exhale. And notice how your body feels right now. be very present. To activate your feminine essence, your radiance, your magnetism, there were 3 feminine activation points. Pelvic presence is what I call the first one. And again, for this, we'll drop our breath down into our body, into our womb, just below our belly button. And if you no longer have one, you still have the energy that's carried in this space. Drop our attention down into our womb and all the way down into our hips and our pelvis. So again, we're going to bring breath into the body through the nose, down the spine, and see if you can get a little bit farther down with your awareness this time. How low can you drop your awareness? How present can you be? And with each breath, drop a little bit further down. And if you're able to reach your awareness down into your pelvis, then expand that breath inside your pelvis. Fill your breath. Feel it filling up the entirety of your pelvis. The more that you do this breathing practice, the more orgasmic it becomes, the more juicy it becomes, the more turned on you become. Just with this breath alone. This breath is so key to feminine energy, to feminine embodiment. Keep breathing your breath all the way down. Place your hands there if you need to, just to help bring that awareness. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And now bring your awareness down your legs. Bring that breath all the way down through your legs, through your feet, and feel your feet grounded into Mother Earth. Feel yourself supported and fully present and grounded. Feel how strong that position feels. Feel the roots growing from your feet down into the earth, connecting you, supporting you. Feel yourself fully present and grounded. Keep breathing there. I'm going to turn on some music. Keep breathing all the way down. I'm really hoping, because sometimes Zoom does this when I play music, it doesn't allow my voice to be heard over the music. So we'll see how this goes. So now the second activation point is to activate the energy in our hips with movement. So if you feel into your hips and you bring that breath all the way down to your body, all the way down to your pelvis, allow that breath to fill up the whole entirety of your pelvis, feeling your feet firmly grounded and planted in the earth. And then move your hips just in ways that feel good, whether it's circles, spirals. Just allow yourself, your breath to fill you up and to move you. But the focus is completely in the pelvis. It's here. You're being fully present with the feeling of the movement. Closing your eyes, just being present. Belly dancing was a beautiful way to be totally present inside the body. Maybe it's just shifting from side to side. Maybe it's large hip circles. Keeping your awareness down in your pelvis. Maybe small hip circles. Continuing to breathe. Feeling inside your body, all the way down in your pelvis, bringing your attention all the way down, keeping it internal. You're going to drop down, be very present. If you lose your focus on your pelvis, just bring it back. Bring it back into your mind. And if you're in a chair, just do hip circles in the chair. And wherever you are, just stop, hands on your belly for just a moment. Take a deep breath into your hips, into your pelvis. And the third activation point we're going to move into is the heart. Soften your heart and send out love. So keeping your feet firmly rooted in the earth and your hips activated. Just take a couple cleansing breaths. And as you do, soften your heart as much as you can. Imagine a golden light at the center of your heart. And imagine that light expanding and getting bigger and bigger. And you're expanding that love out into the room, out into the world. And if someone comes to mind as you're doing this, then picture them in front of you and shower your love onto them. Just be with that pure love. Continue to expand your heart. And now I want you to intently focus on someone in front of you. Let's envision the person or animal that you love the most, that you just have the most love for. Envision them in front of you. Eyes closed, internal. Envision them in front of you and feel how much unconditional love that you have for this being in front of you. Feel that love expand and expand and expand. Bring a smile to your face and really feel all that love that you have for this person or animal. And allow that love to just radiate through your whole body. Feel that unconditional love. Just really feel it. Sometimes it brings tears to my eyes how much I love. I think of my niece, how much I love her. And now I want you to take that love that you're focusing on that other person, and I want you to turn it around and reflect that back to yourself and feel that love for you. Really fill yourself up with that. Take a deep breath in, exhaling. And now standing up, breathe deep and try to bring your full presence back to your breath. And take some deep body breaths here. Really feeling up your belly, feeling up your pelvis. Now, with your feet firmly planted on the floor, I want you to own your body. Breathe into your body and fully take up space there. Show up fully as you are, with all that you have. Fully inhabiting your body. Owning who you are. And know that at any time, you can choose to feel a certain way. And the quickest way to do that is to move, is to take up that space inside your body, to bring your focus back internal. So let's play with this for just a moment. Hold your head a little higher. Open your shoulders so that your heart is open. Breathe a little deeper. And think back to the beginning of our practices and notice if there's been any shifts in your body or your mind or your heart and your energy. What does it feel like now? Just be very present with how that feels now. Have you noticed any subtle shifts? And now with your eyes closed, picture this. You are living a life fully turned on. You are magnetic. You radiate from your feminine essence. And from this place, you attract more passion, love, beauty, bliss, joy into your life. Your relationships are deep and connected. You feel more alive than you have possibly ever felt before. With this deep inner knowing that you are enough just as you are. You have fallen deeply in love with you. And the rest of the world not only notices, but falls in love with you too. You're living life on your terms. Authentic, raw, and on fire. Fully turned on. And that this sounds like the life you want to experience. And I'd like to share with you about the Amara method. The Amara method is my signature system for the modern woman who knows that it's time for a change. The woman who's looking to cultivate her feminine magnetism and fire because she's ready for that deeper love, passion, joy, and fulfillment of life. It's for the woman ready to show up in the world as her fullest, most turned on, most powerful version of herself that she could imagine. So I'm going to go through this quickly, but I want to share this with you because I'm only opening up this program twice a year and only for 10 women at a time. So if you feel the call and want to apply, then I encourage you to do a call with me, schedule a call, a coffee chat, so we can see if we're a good fit. And it will, like I said, only be offered twice and only 10 women. So we're going to be starting October 3rd.